With each passing day, the lions grow hungrier and more desperate. Throwing caution to the wind, they're ready to try anything. Led by their queen, the lions refuse to give up. With each failure, the pride's grip on the marsh is slipping. And time is not on their side. Over the past year, the pride has been on an extraordinary journey. From thriving family to near disaster and back again. There is just one final, elephant-sized hurdle. A hurdle that nature has forced them to confront. For a second time. If it's going to survive, the pride will have to go way beyond what it did before. It is now or never. Savuti Marsh, with its permanent water, is soon packed with game. For the lions that live here, this is feast time. Lion territory doesn't get much better. But this year, Savuti has just been through its worst drought in 3 decades. When the grass ran out, the grazers moved on and left the cats with a dilemma. Among the larger animals, only the elephants kept coming. Prisoners of their need for Savuti's precious water. If they were going to eat, the resident lions had to rewrite the rules. And inspired by a fearless leader, that is exactly what they have done. By learning how to kill elephants, this remarkable pride has managed to survive the drought and hang on to its territory. Protected by a coalition of 5 brothers, these giant killers are now the undisputed masters of the marsh. But their grip on this precious kingdom is about to be tested like never before. With plenty to eat, the pride has been growing. And in the footsteps of these cubs, there may soon be more. A young lioness is ready to mate. Among the coalition of brothers, however, competition is fierce. rivalries flare up, and the lions pick sides. By the time the dust has settled, the damage has been done. In a few reckless minutes, the band of brothers has torn itself apart, leaving just 2 males to defend the pride. The 3 banished lions head off to establish dynasties of their own. If they're successful, they could be back, looking to claim the marsh for themselves. The split does not bode well for the aging leader and her pride. These would-be heirs now face an uncertain future. Distant thunder is a sign that the wet season may at last be coming. For the trapped and starving elephants, it is only rain that can free them from these killing fields. Hit hard by the drought, the elephants have been too weak to put up much of a fight, and the lions have taken full advantage. This unusual situation may never repeat itself. The pride's 2 remaining brothers still stand shoulder to shoulder, alert for hostile intruders. They step up their border patrols. They have every reason to be more vigilant. The young lioness has just given birth to her first litter. Though full of life, the 2 cubs are vulnerable. Until they're bigger, they're best kept hidden, even from their own pride. It's now up to the other lionesses to do all the hunting. The pride's leader, however, is looking old. Since the rains, she's become too frail to keep up. There are just 2 lionesses to lead the hunt, and today they've got several cubs in tow. As the adults look for a target, the youngsters watch closely. This is the first time that the young lions have joined a hunt, and they have much to learn. The rookies are itching to have a go. Alas, they are still too small, even for an injured calf. What to hunt and how to kill it are things that all lions must learn. And they are things that vary from pride to pride. The lesson that these lionesses have just given to their cubs is a lesson that they themselves received several years ago from their own mother. Now too weak to move, this once fearless hunter has been a mere spectator to the day's proceedings. Hanging over her daughters is an unanswered question. If it ever came to it, would they too be able to lead the pride against elephants? Or is giant killing itself destined to die, with the old female's last breath? Within days, her life is slipping away. She summons the strength for a final, defiant roar. Already weakened by the departure of the three males, the lions have now lost their queen. The two babies, barely a month old, ought to give cause for hope. But the recent death of their leader has unsettled the pride, especially the new mother, who decides to rejoin the group. Having retrieved one of her infants, she returns with the second. They wouldn't normally be exposed to older cubs until they're twice as big. The three older cubs are fascinated by the new arrivals. The older cubs are playing mother. But they're oblivious to the damage they're inflicting. And the longer it drags on, the rougher it gets. By the time they finish, it's already too late. Neither cub survives the night. It's a cruel blow. Not just to the mother and her babies, but to the very future of this crumbling pride. Alas, the pride's troubles are not yet over. At the north end of the marsh, one of the patrolling males has detected danger. Trespassers. If he doesn't confront them, his own dwindling family will soon be in peril. Despite their numbers, the intruders fall back. For the pride's male, it's an invitation to assert his authority. Only when they are back across the border do the retreating lions reveal their ace. One of his exiled brothers. They may once have been allies, but there is bad blood. And if this is lion chess, it looks like checkmate. Now that they have him surrounded, the young lions goad him into a fight. The exiled brother, however, fails to press home his advantage. Heavily outnumbered, the pride's male has been lucky to escape with his life. Perhaps at last, the pride's fortunes are beginning to lift. As the days become hotter, desert winds chase away the last clouds. The dry season is returning, and the first big herds are starting to stream in from the Kalahari. Before long, the marsh will provide the only grazing for miles around. Over the next few months, the Pride enjoys a rare period of stability. Food is plentiful. The neighbors stay away. And there are even some new arrivals. This time, the infants have grown large enough to join the group. The three older cubs have now matured into adolescents that know how to play more gently. For the first time in months, the Pride is starting to look like it has a future. More mouths means more work. And now that they're older, the three adolescents will have to start pulling their weight. The Pride still has no clear leader. Any one of the three sisters could step forward. But for now, the priority is to eat. The entire Pride is now together. And the three adolescents are eager to get involved. The lions are looking to flush out an injured animal. A target that they can isolate and pull down. But try as they might, they can find no weakness. Faced with an advancing wall of horns, the lions call off the hunt. Only one of them is unwilling to back down. Endowed, it seems, with the same remarkable courage as her giant-killing mother, she now faces the buffalo, alone. The hunt may not be bringing the lions the meat they need, but it has revealed a new leader. After their failure with the buffalo, the lions are forced to look elsewhere for a meal. Welcome as it is, a warthog is barely big enough to go round. And as in all prides, the lion's share always goes to the strongest. For those at the bottom of the pecking order, there is little hope. The cubs, like the rest of the pride, are left to go hungry. Adult lions can normally last a week or two without food. But with their cubs depending on them for milk, the mothers need to feed more often. Their only option is to keep hunting. By September, the last of the Kalahari's refugees are arriving at the marsh. Elephants are gathering in their hundreds. And this year, they are fit and strong. Until the rains return, the marsh will once again be their home. Still hungry, the pride is back on the hunt. Buffalo are not hard to find. What they lack in numbers, though, these bulls make up for in sheer brute strength. It'll take several lions to pull one down. A lioness strikes first. And hangs on for some support. But when they arrive, the younger lions do little to help, allowing the buffalo to counter-attack and regroup. Despite their renewed efforts, the adolescents seem unable to work together. Their uncoordinated attacks are proving easy to shrug off. And with the ambush collapsing in disarray, the buffalo are able to escape. Their struggle to catch anything is making life difficult. And now, just when they're tired and hungry, their enemies are back. They're the trespassers from the north. This time, it's the pride's females that must face the danger. And they are determined to defend their turf. The assault on the intruder continues into the night. And before long, the ruckus draws the attention of the pride's two males. For the trespassers, anxious to slip back across the border, the night is not yet over. Daylight reveals a casualty. A young lion from the invading pride. His attackers are not without wounds of their own, but they, at least, will survive. There is no room here for sentiment. Savuti Marsh, of all places, is territory worth fighting for. After a week without food, the Pride has only one thing on its mind. They will have to work together, though, if they're going to succeed.